And what did last night tell you about your guy, Pat Mahomes?
He's tough. He was under duress constantly. And what we saw, Skip, last year, they were a different team, especially at this point. They had Kareem Hunt. They were sixth in the lead in rushing. And I think when Kareem Hunt got suspended, Skip, he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was the NFL's leading rusher at that point in time. I saw, and then everybody saw that, watched the game last night. They saw Pat Mahomes make throws that no other quarterback currently playing right now can make. But even that being said, is not enough. Patrick Mahomes explained they played man coverage. And this is not a blueprint. This is not anything new, Skip. We saw it firsthand in the Super Bowl. The Giants, the Patriots had the number one offense, high flying. They rushed 4, could drop 7 in coverage. You don't give up the big play, and you make them go the long way. And, Skip, we do a lot of talking. Cowboys offensive line, the Eagles offensive line. But the best offensive line in football, I watched it last night, the Indianapolis Colts. Skip, they're good. They can do it all. They can run block. Man, Quentin Nelson, Costanza, Kelly, those guys, they're the real deal. Marlon Mack ran hard. Skip, when you possess the ball for 37 minutes and you only let the home team have it for 22, and what happens, Skip, you start to get antsy. And I give Pat Mahomes a lot of credit, Skip. He still didn't force any throws. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. But Kansas City's defense is worse than what it was last year because now not only can they not get after the passer, they can't stop the run, which puts them in situations they got to catch because you got to be slow to react, Skip, because if you run upfield, guys are just going to gas you. They got one playmaker on that side of the ball, the defensive side of football, and that's Honey Badger. If he doesn't make a play doesn't get made. But give the Colts credit to rush 4, to play man coverage with that speed, and they say, you know what, we're not going to give you the deep, we're not going to give you the big play. We're not going to let the crowd get into it, give you a 60, 70-yard touchdown. We're going to make you go the long way. We don't believe you can run the football, and we can stop that with our front 4. But we also believe we can get after you, Pat Mahomes, with our front 4. Give them credit. Now, Andy Reid, you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. You're going to have to find a way to protect this man because I don't care how good and how gifted he is. If you can't protect him, you can't win in this league. Your quarterback is the most important asset. If you can't protect him, you don't win in this league, no matter who the quarterback is, no matter who he's throwing to.
So, Shannon Sharpe, I want to remind you the team you picked to win it all.
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I did.
Lost at home last night on the solo NFL stage on Sunday Night Football.
They
lost to a mediocre team at best, a team that got wiped out at home by the Oakland Raiders. And they lost 19-13. So they managed only 13 points, did the all-world, all-universe Patrick Mahomes, your runaway Super Bowl MVP, against a defense that was missing the all-pro linebacker Darius Leonard, who just took over the league last year. Right? And they were down. The Colts were Malik Hooker, one starting safety, and Clayton Gathers, the other starting safety. So Mahomes is throwing against a defense that's down 3 of its best players.
But, Skip, I didn't mention anything about Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and Eric Fisher. 3 of their best players being out. I don't make excuses. You play with who you have, and you try to win with that. They didn't get it done.
13 total points.
That's it.
And what were the possessions? 10 points on 5 possessions in the first half, and that doesn't count the kneel down at the end of the half. And then only 3 points on 4 possessions in the second half.
Not good enough.
4 of 12 on third down. 1 of 2 on fourth down. Not good enough.
No, not nearly good enough
for Patrick Mahomes. So his QBRs have plummeted the last 2 weeks, all the way down to 77 at Detroit. That scale 0 to 100. And then last night was a 58 at home against this injury-riddled Colts defense. I don't know. I saw one great throw. I saw a rollout, escape. If we could see that one play, there's probably nobody in the league that can make this throw.
No.
Maybe Cam could when he was healthy, but watch him escape right. And I thought he was sacked, and then he's not sacked. And then on the run, he just throws a crossbody to that kid Pringle, just some undrafted rookie free agent from Kansas. And that's a touchdown.
Right.
I thought, here comes the onslaught. Nope, didn't. And that, I'm going to remind you that the Indy defense had been porous against the run. Coming into that game through 4 games, Indy's defense had given up 133 rush yards a game. It was ranked near the bottom. What did Kansas City do to it?
Nothing.
36 rush yards.
Right.
So, again, what's the oldest cliche in football? Running game is the quarterback's best friend. Well, So he didn't have a best friend last night.
Well, Skip, they haven't been able to run the football quite as effectively as when they had Kareem Hunt. Yeah, they
got LaShawn.
Yeah,
so.
Skip.
Okay.
If LaShawn was like that, Buffalo would have never let him go. Guys, especially if guys are a problem, we can understand teams getting off them. But normally when guys can play, teams are not just letting them go for no reason. Buffalo is not in the position of letting guys go. Buffalo is trying to get to the playoff for the very first time in a long time. Well, I think they got there 2 years ago. I think Tyrod got them there. But before then, it was 99. Skip, Buffalo's not in the position of getting rid of really good players. We know LaShawn is – Kansas City picked up LaShawn because he's familiar with Andy Reid's offense. And so going out and finding another back that's going to be familiar with the offense was not likely to happen.
Okay.
But if you can't, Skip, at the end of the day, even if they couldn't run the football, if you can't run the football and you can't protect your quarterback, you got no chance of moving the football on offense. And you see, Skip, they were bringing 4 and getting pressure. Now, he already had injured his ankle, and then backed up in the end zone. They backed the tackle up on him, and he ended up stepping on the ankle. It shows the guy's tough. But I don't care how tough you are. If your guys can't get open against man coverage and they only rush him 4, and your defense can't stop anybody, Skip, their defense is terrible. The defense is worse than what it was last year. And we thought, because you remember, they got rid of Justin Houston, who was on the Colts last year.
On the Chiefs.
He was on the Chiefs. He's with the Colts now. D Ford, he's in San Francisco, and Alan Bailey, he's gone. Their top 3 sackers are gone.
But they're gone because they wanted to start fresh because that wasn't good enough last year.
And it's worse. It's even worse this year, Skip. And now I don't know how long Sammy Watkins' hamstring he's going to be out. We don't know when Tyreek's going to come out, but Eric Fisher's still going to be out, Skip. I'm thinking he had sports hernia surgery, so you're talking about, what, another 6 weeks?
Maybe.
And then when he comes back, he's got to build that strength back up. So we're talking about he's going to be at least half the season, maybe a little longer. So, Andy, this is what you got. You're going to have to find a way to run the football to take some pressure, because I don't care how good your quarterback is. And Tom Brady was the MVP that season. 50 touchdowns, 4,800 yards. He was 50-8. Strahan, Tuck, Ossie, and he's on First Things First. I forget his name. Well, Canty.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Skip, when you can rush 4 and you don't have to sacrifice your back end, that goes back, Skip, you remember the Redskins in '83, had the number 1 offense in football, ran up against the Raiders when they can just put 4, they came and got them. Look at Minnesota. They was 15-1. Atlanta could just come get 4. If you cannot protect your quarterback, you're going to have trouble because he won't have time to throw that ball down the field. And he's going to have to find some resemblance of a running game. Skip, you can't be in this situation, 39 pass attempts, 14 run attempts. But it goes back to you only had the ball for 22 minutes. At one point, the Colts had the ball 18 minutes in the second half, and Kansas City had only had it 3. What are you going to do with 3 minutes, Skip?
What did I tell you 2 weeks ago? Andy Reid is the Mike D'Antoni of the NFL. What has happened to Andy Reid all but once when he reached the NFC or AFC championship games? He lost all but one of them. Why did he lose? Because he's all about throwing the football. He's not about running it, and he's definitely not about defense. That's just something you have to play. So he brought in Steve Spagnuolo, and they just blitz. That's what they do. When in doubt, they just blitz. And a couple of times last night, Jacoby Brissett did not hurt them at all. He didn't play very well.
No, because look, they're not going to put Jacoby Brissett. He's not going to push the ball down the field, Skip. Basically, all his throws are under 10 yards. He's trying to find a back. He's trying to find somebody close by the tight ends, over the ball. He's not pushing the ball down the field. What they're trying to do is shorten the game when you play a team like this because you know you can't go score for score with them. Let's shorten the game. Let's run this football with this big offensive line we have, talented offensive line we have. Keep Pat Mahomes on the sideline because the best way to beat him is to keep him on the sideline. Because even though you blitz him, Skip, he still has an opportunity to get out of harm's way with his leg and make a big play. But if he's on the sideline, they don't have the defense that's opportunistic and can take the ball away.
Except for Honey Badger.
That's
made
it.
One good pick last night.
And remember, Skip, and they tried to run the play outside.
He just nailed it.
And he nailed it.
He was all over.
He's it.
Yep.
Now, you traded a first-round pick for Frank Clark, and you paid him a ton of money. Skip, I need to see some plays.
He got banged up.
Chris Jones.
He got hurt.
You're all right. I need to see something.
Well,
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.